Hey, this is Ralph, and in this video we're going to play a little 10-5 Rapid. So go ahead and queue up a game. Taking a little time in between some work obligations, so I figured try to get a little chess in. Hey, felixkad, I played this person before. In fact, I think they may have been my very last game. Let's go here. Can. I don't normally play this, but I think they did e4 with me before. I think I'm going to take. Doesn't seem like that's what I should do, but yeah, it still says can defense. All right, we'll back up a little bit. Yeah, I think in my last game with this person, Felix, they made like a blunder off to the side there, and so they ended up resigning relatively early in the game, so we didn't really get to flesh it out too well. All right, so far so good. We're about equally developed. They have obviously better control over the center, whereas, yeah, I'm kind of getting there too. I've got that one. That. Yep. Let's get this pawn out here. Maybe here. I know they're very likely, I don't know, they're probably going to come in for a pin. My first instincts are kind of like to bring my bishop out here, but my bishop's not doing much there. I think I'd rather it target something over here, be able to slide back a little bit. Okay, take that pawn or bishop, I'll take back. And if they do that, and of course I'm not really threatening to do anything, because that would open them up. And actually, no, I guess that would be okay. I could take here. Not anymore, though. I think instead, I'll see what this bishop wants to do. More pressure on this knight. They could do a bishop here. And I know I haven't castled yet, even though I probably should. But part of me was kind of hoping we'd get a knight takes, I take back with a pawn. Oops, it's not right. And that would free up this rook on that h-file. All right, I think I can start taking here, though. I miscalculated that. I can't do that. So I'm going to have to move this knight. So, yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. Yeah, I've got two attackers. They've got two defenders. So that was just a brain fart. So if they take back with the pawn, not that they need to, they could take back with the rook. Okay, let's go after this pawn. I imagine finally they're going to get that bishop developed. Gosh, is this an opportunity to castle long? Get the rook over here lined up with her queen. My chess coach was just telling me, though, it's so rare that castling long is going to be the truly advantageous thing, but maybe this is one of the situations where it is the advantageous thing. Okay. All right, I will castle short. But I definitely do want to get a rook. I don't know if it matters which one. Over there on d8. If we start to get some pushing over here on this side, I will counter that. If we get a c-pawn push, I'll just move my knight right up in here. Try to threaten that bishop. Yeah, let's bring... yeah, I just started to realize, bring a rook over here could be a short-lived experience with the bishop push. Of course, I could always block with the knight. Queen would be under attack, so they're not going to want to take the knight really quickly. But what will my intentions be after they move their queen? What am I do with the knight? Just move back? Doesn't seem very cool. So my argument for not moving the A rook, it's going to take away the protection over on this side, and I can just kind of imagine this queen rolling in. But I may not be that concerned about that either. I could trade queens pretty easily. Move the knight out of the way. Queen takes, knight takes. But still, they've got really good central control. All their, their pieces are getting out. I'm kind of cramped down here. And I think when your opponent is cramped, you don't want them to trade down and free up space. Since I'm the one that's feeling cramped, I think I do want to trade pieces and free up space. You have to move that queen a second time, I think. Bishop here, threaten the rook. Actually, if they threaten the rook, yeah, I was thinking, could I take up here with this pawn? But then obviously the bishop can take. Bishop here, yeah, I don't think I want to do this. Because once the queen moves, I'm going to have to move my, I guess I don't have to move my rook, but my knight's going to be under attack by a pawn. It's going to be pinned. It's just, I don't think there's any really good outcome out of that. So I'm really just, okay, so they didn't move it, so that's good. What to do next, though? I'm going to push this pawn, take away that square. And I might end up pushing this c-pawn soon, too. Just try to lock away their bishop for a bit. Their bishop might have to move and offer a trade, but I'm not necessarily averse to that, I suppose. Might be good to get my king up here on h7 to take away any sacrificial plans. All right. Yeah, that would be a good square for them, wouldn't it? I'm going to take that knight. I really don't want it to hop in there. I didn't see a noticeable way for me to do that. So takes. That's going to get the queen down here. Let's threaten that queen. Maybe take that bishop out of this way. This is going to kind of open up this file. This actually might work out okay for me. Push this pawn, lock down that. I want to get these rooks doubled up on this D file. Maybe get my queen onto a light square that starts to look over here. I'm going to get my queen out and into the action a little bit. Okay, so threatening to take. So let's move the king up there. Okay, opponent's under a minute. My little horse here is not really doing much. How do I get this horse out? What's up with that? Block temporarily. It'd be nice if I could get my queen underneath my rook, work as a battery, but I imagine as soon as I move this rook up, bishop will go here, threaten that rook. Rook over. Does that have value? I don't know. Now the queen is getting to a position where they can more easily check me. Queen up here puts a check, but I don't know if I'm too worried about that. I could push a pawn if needs be, or just drop back. Okay, so if I'm not worried about the check, I'd like to get my rook out and get my queen. Of course, I don't even have to move the rook to do that. Queen here. Then start to threaten things? Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Tuck away for a minute. Let's threaten some queen. Put a little time pressure on my opponent there. Make him think and make him move. How can I get my friggin' knight out? Let's push this pawn just in case they decide to push. I can take here. Light square. I guess it's helpful to have good control over this d file, and their bishop can't protect that d1 square. Let's get my queen up here. Start to let him know that I'm around. Ooh, actually, I can take that. Got a pin. Let's go back. All right. GG, Felix. Okay. I thought the game went pretty well. Wins aside. Yeah, sometimes when it pops up with that little blunder thing, I don't know if it was a blunder on my side or on my opponent's side. Yeah, 74%. That's not that hot. Yeah, I must have made a pretty bad blunder in here somewhere. Or a blunder, I don't know. Bad, good, are there good blunders? Okay, so I did make a blunder somewhere. That's odd. My opponent did not make a blunder even though that bishop move there? Wasn't that a blunder? I'm reading this right? Yeah, the blunder's on my side. Well, this will be interesting. So game looked pretty balanced for the first half of it. And maybe I started to get a little tweak of an advantage in the latter half of the game. Maybe once I started to get some pieces out and in motion. And a little bit of back and forth there. And then finally I think it's my opponent made a blunder. But who knows? Well, let's see what it comes up with here. I'm just going to jump over to analysis. Kind of curious how far in book I went. So book, so that's the, I guess that's the exchange. Not sure though. I don't know if it tells me that on here. I have to go to the openings database, which I haven't really used much. The Caro-Kann Defense Modern Variation. Caro-Kann Defense Modern Variation. Yeah, I've seen John Bartholomew, a top chess streamer, YouTuber, and he uses this from time to time. I've seen him before talking about, what are the most popular next moves? So let's see, it's white to move. So knight g3 up here is the most common move. 20,000 games report that as being the move. And I guess 32% of the time white wins, 42% of the time black wins, and 26% of the time there's a draw. And you might say, wow, queen d3, maybe that's the way to go. But I guess there's only one recorded instance of queen d3 popping out. Which just seems crazy, right? Bringing your queen out in line with that bishop. But I guess it worked one time, or maybe. It worked for white. So that's kind of a neat feature. One that I'm really ignorant of. But I guess I can start to see the value of understanding what are some of the most popular moves in a particular situation, and what is their real impact on your winning chances. Okay, so far these are all book moves here, which I kind of feel good about. They seem logical to me. I do want to study openings more. And I tried studying on chessables very recently, a couple days ago. And that's kind of an interesting experience too. I don't know if that's necessarily a good way to learn or just a way to learn, but it seemed kind of interesting. I just did one of the free courses. How am I doing on time? Okay, I've got to go back to work very soon. So let me just... Okay, things are going good. I'm just kind of keeping an eye on the evaluation bar over off to the left. Of course, I guess when I point, you can't really tell what I'm pointing at, can you? So I didn't like that move. Instead, I should have just gone ahead right with a take. So bishop takes e5 would be better for black. They have rook takes, which I would have preferred, because then I could, oh, they say then a5. Okay. Okay, bad move for them. I should have responded with c5. Yeah, that would have been good to break open. Yeah, that would give me the option to lock. What did I do there? Oh, I took over here. Yeah, that was a miss. Okay. Yeah, c5. Block here. They would have been maybe compelled to take, and yeah, bishop takes. I think I read that right. Oh, bishop takes e5. Oh, not the pawn. I take, yeah, take over here. Oh, of course, no wonder. Oh, geez, did I really miss that? Yeah, so they move here, and instead of taking right away, I should have pushed to go against the, yeah, it makes sense, right? I've had these positions before where we've got a piece, it's got two defenders, but is there a way I can remove one of their defenders? And there is a way. I can do this. And maybe they would have been compelled to act. They don't want to take or push. So maybe they would have, I don't know, come down here. That doesn't, still. Yeah, there's all kinds of taking opportunities here now. Okay, that's a miss. What are they suggesting I should have done? Knight to c5. Yeah, get this knight out of the center, get it up here, threaten that bishop. That makes sense. You can consider future. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, knight here, threaten the bishop. Who knows where the bishop goes, but maybe there's possibilities for my knight to get up there in d3. Still, looking at the evaluation bar over here on the left, everything's just kind of, you know, so me and my opponent were making some inaccuracies, we're missing some opportunities. Okay, finally we get a good move. That's a great move. Good move. Or that's great. There we go. Now black's starting to get the advantage here. They should have gone queen e3. Straight up. Okay. They don't like that one. Knight d3 is best. Yeah, get the knight right in the center. Yeah. Forking a rook, forking the bishop. Yeah, because trying to protect would be tough for either way, right? They're going to want to move the rook out of the way. They come down here to protect the bishop. Yeah, no, that's better for black. And then I can do an f5 move. Oh yeah, threaten. Where they take en passant. Then I have a knight takes. That, you know, it's protected with my queen. Okay, I didn't see. Maybe my blunder is still coming up. I'm certainly missing for sure. And I felt pretty good about this stage of the game. Inaccuracies, fair enough. They don't like that one, huh? Knight c8 is best. Oh, knight all the way back. So I guess they want me to reroute that knight around. Get it up here. Yeah, so that was a miss. However, regardless, well, not regardless, because that was, yeah, I think that should have been listed as a blunder, not just a miss. What? They don't like that either. What is not to like? That gives white an advantage. What did they miss on? So if I do that, they should do rook d1. Oh. For some reason in my head, I was thinking rook comes out, I just come on back and I protect. But no, that's not going to work. Because there's two attackers. Their queen attacks that square. So I got super lucky there. Maybe that, oh, yeah, that is a blunder, isn't it? I get a bishop, but I could very easily have lost my rook. I should have just moved rook up. Interesting. Well, it's another good example where I moved without carefully thinking what my opponent's responses could be and how I would react to those responses. And I had plenty of time, so once again, no time pressure excuse on that one. Interesting. Yeah, I love it. Okay. All right. Good game. Good learning experience. I'm now nicely above 1600 at 1609. Cool. So if you made it this far in the video, thank you very much, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Got to go back to work.